Hi everyone, this is Nidhi from Designhill, your host for the day. I hope you and your family are keeping well and safe, and I'd like to welcome you all for this wonderful webinar with Helen, where we're going to discuss all about freelancing and how you can land a high-paying freelance job. Today's event is brought to you by Designhill, world's leading creative marketplace that caters to the creative needs of businesses and individuals alike, who can source high-quality designs from professional designers. Through its print-on-demand marketplace called Printshop by Designhill, you can also buy 50 plus unique products with thousands of artworks created by a world-class community of independent artists. So moving ahead, let me introduce our speaker for today. We have with us Helen Domina. Helen is a solopreneur with more than 10 years of experience in graphic design and UI UX design. She has come a long way from working at an advertising agency, big Ukrainian companies, foreign IT companies, to finally realizing that working as a freelancer is what suits her the best. She is also the author of a course where she teaches how to start freelancing, and she has been sharing her knowledge and insights with more than 45,000 followers on her Instagram handle. How noble is that, Helen? Would you like to say a quick hi to the audiences? You have to unmute
Yeah,
yourself.
sorry, I forgot. Can you please repeat the question?
I just said, can you please say a quick hi to the audiences?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I know someone may not know me, but I will introduce myself in just a second. Thank you all for being here. I know that more than 50 people were joining the webinar before it actually started, so I really, really appreciate that. Thank you for giving me your time to listen to the presentation and things I gotta say to you, because COVID has impacted a lot everything around us, especially our jobs, especially the labor market of creative industries, because I know that marketing departments and design departments in a lot of companies are the departments that usually get, cut off easily. Way easier than any other department, like financial and stuff like that. So thank you for being here, and hopefully I will be able to give you all the advice and my knowledge on how to land a high-paying freelance job.
Thank you so much for being here, Helen, with us today. Okay, guys, I just wanted to make a couple of quick announcements. First is that, Helen will also be taking up questions during the session. So if you have any, feel free to drop them into the questions tab. Please do not put them in chat because they can get lost there. We guys speak a lot during the session is on. So in the questions tab and not on chat. Another very interesting thing is, we have recently started this offer for our attendees who make it a point to attend all our sessions. So here's a quick update. You can take a screenshot of this event and post it on your Insta story, tag DesignhillDH and ui.helen, Helen's handle as well. One lucky winner will have a chance to win a print shop gift card worth $50. Along with that, as a gesture of appreciation that you came and joined us for this event, we will also be sharing some special offers for you. Keep an eye on our chat section to get the same. So here goes. We are set to start the session. Let's quickly look at what Designhill is all about.
Looking to bring your branding out of the 80s? Head to the world's number one creative marketplace, Designhill.
When I wanted to grow my parents' restaurant business, I knew we needed a better logo than the one my Uncle Sonny drew back in the 1980s. That's why I went to Designhill and got an incredible logo and brand identity that met all my needs within my small budget. The process was easy. I just went to Designhill's marketplace to choose from one of their incredible professional designers. Find one you like based on their style. Oh, this one looks interesting. Check the ratings and reviews to see how other people like their work. Oh, seems like he's worked at restaurants before. Then add some information about your business. Do you have a slogan? Where's the logo gonna appear? What colors do you need? Then your designer will get to work delivering you an incredible logo. You can even find an expert to design any kind of graphic design, from packaging to menus to t-shirts to business cards. I got everything. And now with the help of Designhill, I have everything I need to take my business to the next level and leave the 80s where they belong. It's real. Mom and Dad are so proud. Maybe we can open up a second location, or a third, or a fourth, or let's just go global.
Let the world know it's real and build your brand with Designhill.
Helen, over to you. You can start sharing the screen, and over to you.
Once again, thank you so much, people, for joining. I will right now start sharing the presentation, but before I do that, please put a plus if you hear me and see me okay. If you do, put a plus or something, like anything will do, like just so we know that everything's fine. Thank you. Oh, I see names that I already know. This is really nice. Okay, so how to land a high-paying freelance job. This is the IT question of this year, probably, and not only this year. A lot of people are asking all the same questions, like how do I start? How do I increase my price? How do I do this and that? But most of the time, it all comes back to the financial part, especially nowadays when I wasn't the one who suffered from COVID. Actually, during COVID, I had more clients than ever. So, and it all comes back to a simple but basic strategies that I used throughout the whole career of mine that I'm going to share with you right now. But first, let me introduce myself to people who don't know me. I'm pretty sure there are people who don't know me here. I'm a full-time freelancer. I've been freelancing for more than 6 years now on freelancing platforms. And I'm full-time freelancing since end of 2018, because prior to that, I was like in and out. I was freelancing, then I went to the job, then I was freelancing again. So yeah. I'm an entrepreneur because I have my own course about freelancing. You can see it in the link. And I'm also a blogger. I started blogging about UI UX design. And eventually I realized that UI UX design blogging is not the thing that is just me, because I like to talk about freelancing in general, not just design. So now I blog about mostly freelancing and how do you deal with clients. You can find me on Instagram as ui.helen, and you can check out how the blog has changed since I stopped blogging about UI UX design. But I still do design every single day, but not branding. I stopped doing branding and web design. Anyways, I also have a YouTube channel with a lot of like content that is free. You can check it out. One of the favorite videos of my students is how to write a proposal. If you will not be able to find that video, you can DM me on Instagram and I will just send you. But this is like the thing that changed my life. When I started to make proposals, I started to get more money. So here is the agenda that we are going to discuss. We will discuss on how do you know your worth, because a lot of people seem to have issues with that. Then we will discuss on how to overcome imposter syndrome and how do you gain trust score and how to make a proposal, cover letter, and things like that. And I will be sharing some tips in the meantime. So off we go. Why do we agree to lower price? And I will make myself bigger right now. Even if you are not a junior, sometimes I see that people are charging like such a little amount of money, even if their portfolio is awesome and their experience level is, high. It all comes to several things. First is just a basic fear, lack of confidence. You're not sure if you're charging the right amount. And it doesn't really mean if you're a junior, pro, or expert, you can have these 4 things stopping you from charging more. You're not confident. You feel that client will go to someone else who is cheaper and whose rate is cheaper. And this is the biggest fear that all freelancers of any kind have. You have poverty in your brain, and I will explain you what is that in a second. And you have a fear that big money can cause big problems, jealousy of others, and someone will come knock on your door and take it away. And this is going to be your choice to fight with these 4 things or no. So if you feel like 1 out of these 4 points is about you, can you please put a number in the comments? And I will start from one of the most, let's say, picked option. So are you not confident in the skill that you're afraid to charge more? Do you have fear that clients will go to someone who's cheaper? Do you feel like you have the poverty in your brain? Or you are afraid of big money because you feel like, oh, I can't be rich because none of my family, friends, everyone are not rich, and I can't be that because I don't allow myself. Right. I see 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, let me explain what poverty in your brain means, by the way. Poverty in your brain means that your mom and dad, or maybe someone else, has been telling you for ages that we are good people. Here we are. I come from a poor country, so I know how to explain this. We are good people. We don't steal. This is the phrase that people always say, like all older people. We don't need big money because how would you spend it? Why do we ever need big money? We have not stole anything. We haven't been stealing, and we don't want to steal. And big money comes only when you steal. This is the poverty in the brain of my ancestors. I come from Ukraine, by the way. And this mindset has been transitioning from, like people who were fighting in World War, and from that area to all the way to 2020, when my mom and dad, they're like 56, and they still are afraid to hear sums like $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. And when I bought a car, my parents were like, why do you need a car like that? And this is the poverty in the brain. Just for everything, for everyone to be clear with that. So as we can see, most of the time you picked 1 or 2. So first one is you're not confident in your skill, and that, or you have fear that client will go to someone who is cheaper. All right. Client will go to someone who is cheaper if your price does not fit his requirements, or you have not explained to the client what are you all about, how you can solve their problem. I will give you an example. So I have this course about freelancing, and most of the students are still making the same mistake. When they approach clients, they start from a typical phrase, hello, dear client, or whoever name is that, I have 10 years of experience in design. If you will stop doing just this, I have 10 years of experience in design, maybe someone, like clients, will read your cover letters better, because no one cares about your experience. People care only about how you're going to solve the problem of their business. They don't care about anything else. You might be junior with an average portfolio. It's not so impressive. You haven't worked for Facebook or Instagram, or you can be a pro with extensive portfolio of enterprise projects for bigger clients. But if you are approaching clients in the way that you're saying that you have X years of experience, instead of saying, I see that this is the problem in your business and I can solve this problem. And by the way, of course, I have a relevant portfolio piece, you will be experiencing lack of clients. Because what happens is when client knows that you can feel their pain, you know their pain and their business pain, and you can solve their pain, then when you are saying about the cost, most of the clients, to my experience, will even be happy to pay more. Because how people were, how YouTube lessons and how everything, like from 2010 to 2014, let's say, they were saying like typical cover letter consists of ABC. And everything was starting from that years of experience. I'm a good designer, I'm passionate. I don't know who ever designed this kind of amount of bullshit, sorry, but it doesn't work anymore. So once you explain all that, clients that will not agree to your price is just not your client. And we will go in more detail in a next maybe 20 minutes. But anyways, clients that can't pay your rates are either not educated enough about what you can do for them, or they don't have the budget, or they don't have the budget right now. In my career, I had all examples of clients. But even if client doesn't have the budget right now, most of the clients come back when they do have a budget. I have clients who I've spoken to like 6 months ago, 1 year ago, and my rates were lower, by the way. 1 year later, they're coming back because they remember that I have approached them in this way. I have explained to them what I can do for their business. I wasn't talking about myself. Never talk about yourself. You talk about how you can help them, because it's all about them, and them. It's not about you. It's not about you getting another portfolio piece or getting another project. It's all about them. I will be repeating that a lot of times, so I'm hoping that's not going to irritate you or something. So, you're not confident in your skill. This was another thing. In order to approach a client in a way that I have just explained, you must be confident in your skill is great. Because you can't talk to the client how I talk to you right now if you're not confident. And this is the tricky thing, because it doesn't really matter how many times I will repeat all these phrases that I'm going to say to you. Unless you're confident, you will not make it. How do you become confident? Super easy. You can be one of 3 types in design, let's say. Junior, pro, and expert. Junior is a person who has just started and he has not so many cases, or he has no cases at all. He has no reviews, or like maybe a couple of reviews. He is scared a little bit because he's just touching the ground. He's just looking for, get his first reviews and stuff like that. Pro is a guy who is already like maybe a year plus in the career, or has like 4 or 5 projects and more already with reviews and case studies. Of course, you want to be a pro because pros are more confident than juniors, right? An expert is a person who is not just a pro, but a person who is doing public stuff like I do. Speaking, blogging, writing articles on Medium, making masterminds for their students, speaking on local events offline, meeting with fellow designers, like, there is like design meetings, like Dribble was making design meetings before COVID, and things like that. So step aside from the expert, let's talk about juniors and pros. How do you get confident? It's only will happen after you get the job done and you get the reviews. Because if you have only good reviews, or most of your reviews are good, you can screenshot them, and this is what I do. I screenshot all good reviews, all good messages of my followers, all reviews of my students from the course. I screenshot all of them and put them in a separate folder. When I feel like an imposter and I feel like I'm bad or something, I go back and I review these screenshots. Another thing that will make you confident is once you finalize a project, you ask your client. It doesn't matter where you have found the client. It can be anywhere, Designhill or any other freelancing platform, or LinkedIn or Instagram, it doesn't really matter. Ask them to give you a review on LinkedIn. The more reviews on LinkedIn you have, the more serious you appear to a general public that doesn't use freelancing platforms, that doesn't use Instagram, that doesn't use Facebook. And the people who are on LinkedIn, they are happening to be older people. So they will read your reviews, and if they approach to work with you through that source, it will really be impactful. If you have like reviews that I have like 11, I think, or 13, like a big amount. So the more you have, the better. Right. Trust score. By the way, you can. Sorry, can I answer questions, or do we answer questions like later on at the very end, so I don't
Yes,
interrupt?
yes, we can take questions in another 5 minutes. You can continue with the session. Just next 5 minutes, we will take 2, 3 questions are there in the tab. So for now, for next 5 minutes, just continue with the session, this presentation.
Okay, for now I will continue. Right. How to overcome a poverty on your brain. This was the point number 3 that you're seeing right now. I'm not going to say to you that you need to go to the therapist, but most of the people are overcoming this with a therapist. Same goes for the fear that big money comes with big problems, jealousy, and others. This is something that a person like me probably will not be able to fix in your brain, but it all is. Most of the people who have these issues come from countries like mine, countries with where the devaluation of dollar is huge, and countries with big like poverty level. I think that 70% of our country is living in a poverty level or even below. So the thing is that you can just work on these things yourself. You can Google. There is a lot of things that people say about it, but I don't want to stop right now because we have like already spent 20 minutes. But you can come to me anytime and I will be able to personally advise you on that on my Instagram DM. Let's talk about trust score. This is the thing that will make you feel confident. Sorry. So the trust score is your reviews that you have when you just completed the project. Your trust score is your portfolio. If you think that Dribbble is enough, you're wrong. You're so wrong. Once I switched from Dribbble to having professional case studies, I started to gain more higher paying clients. And this is going to be one of the biggest tips I will give you. I'm not going to say and advocate you to make a website like I did for myself. You can use Behance, for example, but previously I thought that having a Dribbble will make me a pro. Having a Dribbble is such a premium thing. Having a Dribbble is such a hard thing to get. It's not like that anymore. And if you think about how to find freelancer from a client side, they don't think like that. They don't Google what is the biggest platform where only premium designers are. They don't do that. They Google things differently. And if they Google like how to find a best web designer or a best UI UX designer or branding designer, you know what they see first? They see articles from blogs of the likes of Designhill, Upwork, Freelancer, and other local freelance platforms, because they know that if they will write articles like that, they will attract clients potentially for their platform and for designers on their platform. The next thing is, if you are writing articles about how to make something better, like how to make website better or logo better, or the impact of the good branding on the whole brand itself, of course, this article can be found by your potential client. So step aside. Clients are looking for you in another way. And when they are looking for you, the only thing that they care about is, are you able to solve their problem? This is what I said before. And if your portfolio is just flashy Dribbble images with nothing else apart from please put like to this shot, I guarantee 70% of high-paying clients will not treat you seriously, because what they need is a case study that you can, by the way, copy the structure of it from my own website, where you have a flashy image on the top that grabs their attention. Then you have a brief, the challenge, and what was the pain of the project, and what was the challenge. Then you describe the process, and then you come to solution. And if you have metrics of success, you're the best designer in the world. Who knows what metrics of success is? Can you please put a plus? If you don't know, put a minus, and I will explain what is that and why you need it in your case study. Minuses. Oh my God. Okay. So having metrics of success or something that can be like a metric of success is something that will make your portfolio better than portfolio of any other person. A metric of success is, let's say you've done the design for a company A, and then a company A is coming back to you and saying, "Hi, John, thank you very much for your design. After your design, our app installs amount has doubled." The amount of app installs has doubled after you, John, have done this design and we have implemented it, is a metric of success. Potential client that sees in your portfolio that you've made an impact and you have the real number of your impact, in this case, the amount of app installs doubled. First of all, he trusts you a lot because if you have put it there, you have built a great relationship with that previous client. They have given you this data. Not all clients are given the data to designers. Well, mostly because designers don't ask clients to give that data. But if you eventually ask, and your design has impacted the results of their marketing, their app performance, their clients like this packaging more than the previous one, and they have received like 100 reviews that said that, "Oh, thank you for a new packaging design. It looks so nice. I didn't want to throw out the box." This is a metric of success. And if you have this in your portfolio, this will increase your A, confidence, B, trust score, C, chance that you will get next client who will pay you more. That's another tip that I don't really share often. Right. So bigger budget clients like a couple of things. Consistent social presence, specified cover letters, proposal, and your confidence. We have just explained about the confidence. I've just spoken about that. Let's talk about consistent social presence. If you Google me, I am UI Helen. For my design clients, I'm UI Helen everywhere. I'm UI Helen on my Dribble. I am UI Helen on my Instagram. I am UI Helen on my LinkedIn. I have my name and surname, but UI Helen is in between. So once and Medium, by the way, and YouTube, I always give links there. So no matter where you look for me, they will find me. And my avatars are the same everywhere. This is very basic thing, but when I Google someone, I Googled someone from my students, and she was like naming herself with not her name and surname, and the avatar on Dribble was different from Instagram, and I was like, is that the right person I'm approaching? Because it feels different, because even the name is different. And she said, "Oh, that's my nickname." Nicknames, no. It's not about having big budget clients. They don't get it. Most of these guys are older than me, and I'm like almost 30. And these guys who have the most money are like, in most of the times, they are older than 45 years old. So nicknames is not about big business. So you have to remain consistent throughout the whole social media if you have profiles in social media. You need to, on every social media you have, you need to tell exactly what you're doing, and you need to be active on that social media. And if you can't do it, just pick one and be on one social media. Let's say you're finding clients on Designhill or any other freelancing platform, and you have one social media, LinkedIn. Do it there. Make your avatar and LinkedIn avatar match, your name match, and be active on LinkedIn. Post something. Or if you're choosing Instagram like I did because I wanted to share my knowledge with fellow designers, do the same. Make it appear that you are one big brand. It's just, I'm giving you some of the pieces of introduction to how personal brand for creatives can impact your earning potential. Because actually, if you look at me, If you have actually watched my previous Designhill webinar, and I really recommend you to go and look at myself 1 year ago, because it was actually 1 year ago, around the same dates. Go to their YouTube channel, check it out. You will see how I speak there. You will see how many followers on Instagram I had at that time. That time, my earnings were around $2,500. I earn double or maybe even more than double right now. And I'm talking about net. So it's after I paid all the tax. And you will see how confidence from that time has changed to this time. And this is exactly what you need to do for yourself. And yeah, I'm here to help you do that. Yeah. So if you're getting consistent on all your social media and you are trying to build your personal brand, that's good. Personal brand will definitely impact your career. Personal brand will definitely impact your earning potential. But how, this is not the subject of this webinar. I usually share that on the consultations that I provide, but I also am planning to have a course on that. So you can follow me on Instagram and see how that goes. Hopefully in early 2021, I will do it. The second thing that they like is specified cover letters. And here are the tips that I want you to read. I will go through every single one of them. This is the content from my course, by the way. If you're not writing cover letters that are specifically directed to the business of the client, you will not get a job. It doesn't really matter where you're finding it. It's really important. Just believe me. When I did like generic cover letters, I got like, I think that 70% of clients just never even replied to me. So you need to refer to your lead by name. He is not your client yet. He is your lead. If you can't find the name, that's fine. But don't say dear. I see a lot of people saying dear without anything else. This is very weird. This is not English, and we don't say that. You can say hello, or hello company name, if you know the company name, or hello the company name team, something like that, but not dear or dear client. He is not a client yet. You need to understand that. Gather the info on company if you can, show that you're aware. This is your homework. This is how you will understand if they have problems in their business already, and you can solve them. Imagine you're writing a cold email. It's not about, writing a cover letter for the job that you are seeing on Designhill or anywhere else, or on LinkedIn or any other website. Let's say you're writing cold email. In order to catch your attention of the potential lead, you need to examine their company and hit them right in their pain. If you manage to find their pain, you say, "Hi, Team X. I see on your website that your filters are behaving in a weird manner. Here is the screenshot. The user experience here can be improved by this, this, and this. I will be glad to explain this to you over the call. Are you interested for me to give this content for you for free?" And believe me, if you are going to say for free, most of the time they say, yes, we want to talk to you or have a chat to you. And eventually you can convert them on the call, but you can convert them on the call using confidence and being confident in your skill. And this is why I've been talking about all that previously. Clients spend time on writing detailed spec. Go through it. If you're applying to a job from any job listing website or freelancing platform, for example, most of the time you will have a spec, something like, we need a designer for this, this, and that. And a lot of people are making huge detailed specs. They're writing like huge amount of words explaining exactly what they need. And I did it also. I was hiring designers. I did the same, like super detailed spec. I was so surprised to see how people reply to this detailed spec. They don't. It seems like nobody is even reading. They're just applying because they don't have time. They need to apply to 30 jobs today. And they are like, hello, we have 10 years of experience in design, we can help you. I don't need that. I don't need that as a client. I need to read the spec and say exactly, oh, I see you need this. I can provide you with this. Here is the relevant portfolio piece. I see this. I can provide you with this. Or I've been through your website. I have examined it. Or I've been through your app, etc., etc. If you start from things like that, your chances are way, way higher. Get their attention by expressing the excitement about the project. Yeah, and it only can come from you genuinely if you're genuinely excited. Because if you're not excited to work with people from beauty industry, which is, I am not excited to work with beauty industry. I don't really feel excited to make web design at all right now. I don't feel excited to make an app design for a gym or something connected with beauty industry, because this is not my thing. I like boring tables. Boring tables is about me. So if I will be saying to an industry like Yoga Go, let's say there is an app like Yoga Go, and I will be saying how excited I am, that's going to be a lie, and nobody will believe me on the first call. They will understand that I just need a job, I just need a money. And so yeah, only do that if you are really excited. And yeah, to answer your question, Fernanda, this is going to be recorded and put on Designhill YouTube channel.
Yes. One second. Sorry to interrupt. Can we quickly take a few questions? There are many questions in the questions tab, Helen.
Really? There was like 2 when I previously. Okay, how to get clients when you've never worked as a freelancer before? You need to, well, in really fast. But if you want more, you can come to me and I will send you the post I wrote about it. If you don't have clients yet, you need to have at least 4 concept designs in the field that you want to work with. If you are a branding designer, logo designer, you need to have at least 4 projects for logo design, because you can't get clients if you don't have things to show. Because the trust score is not just about your reviews. When you're super junior, just starting, just getting out there, you need portfolio. Without portfolio, you can't start, because no one will trust you and believe that you can do the job. Oh, I had to click on start live answer. Okay, anyways,
Not a problem, not a problem. It's okay. We can take 2 more questions before we, break a little for the mid-roll. Yes.
Okay, so first of all, do the portfolio bit. And after that, apply everything I just said, and I will be saying like in a little while, but make sure your portfolio is really good. Your case studies are constructed in a way that I've been explaining previously. Because if you're going for just dribble shots, it will work as well. But the question to me was how to get high paying clients. And I just said to you, when I had dribble, I wasn't earning the amount that I'm earning right now. So I'm suggesting you to make case studies for that. Let's take another question.
Can we take this question from Michael? I think it's right at the last. He was the first one to ask you a question.
What do you think of remote employment opportunities? Do you think there is less possibility for the community of freelancers in Latin American region? Hi, Miguel. If you think that there is like better opportunities or worse opportunities depending on the region, we're not talking about online opportunities at all. You're in Latin America. I am in Ukraine. My clients are in US, Canada, Denmark, Australia. Yeah, that's probably it. So it doesn't really matter where you live. And I think that it's all about your skill set and your level of English. And if I'm not mistaken, if you're from Latin America and he's from Venezuela, if you're speaking Spanish, actually Spanish is more widely spoken, like not like English. Spanish is on #1 spoken language in the world. I recently realized that, by the way. I didn't know that. If I knew that, I would know Spanish already, and I would be approaching clients from Latin America as well who don't speak English. I think you have more opportunities, even more than me, because if you speak Spanish, you have more clients to approach. That's my take on it. Speaking about how COVID has changed freelancing, COVID hasn't changed freelancing. COVID might have changed freelancing and remote opportunities in the way that no one wants to work as a freelancer, because people are sick of sitting at home. People are gaining fat because some of the countries still have quarantine, and because of that and lack of social lives, even my friends who wanted to become freelancers, they said, "Nah, we're not gonna do that. No way. I want to my office. I want to see my friends. I want to see my colleagues. I want to have a coffee with them." So actually, the competition level has actually went down. I thought it will go up because then all people have started being freelancers during COVID, but eventually it's not like that. So please don't think that you have less possibilities. You have maybe even more than me. My students sometimes get better contracts than I. So yeah.
That's really nice. That's really nice. I think we only have around 25 minutes for the entire session. Um, can we break for the mid-roll and then we can continue? So I hope you guys you are enjoying the session. But before we move forward, I would like to give a quick shout out to Designhill, world's leading creative marketplace, for organizing this event. Stay tuned, and we will be right back to hear more from Helen.
Miguel speaks Spanish. I now see the chat. Ha. So yeah, Miguel, you need to teach me how to speak Spanish, by the way. My plan for 2021. Okay, so let's go through tips on writing cover letter very fast, because you will get this presentation anyway. You need to explain why you're a good fit, and even if they don't ask you, nowadays nobody is actually asking you to say why you're a good fit for the project, but it's your own you must do that, because otherwise how would you stand out from everyone else? You say, I'm good for this project, or I found this pain, I can solve this pain for you. This is how you're saying that you are good for this project, and invite them for the call. Be cautious with the tip, because if you are participating in preliminary HR pick of the candidates, let's say you're applying on the website or freelancing platform, don't invite them for the call. In that case, you are now being picked by someone. And I've been interviewing like 25 people for one job position, just chatting with them. I don't want to get calls as a client. I only want to get calls with maximum 3 people. So this is like a second iteration of interviews. You're inviting for the call if you're approaching them with cold email online, or you're approaching them on LinkedIn. Let's go to the next one. Proposal is too important not to have it. I have made a video on my YouTube channel how to write the proposal, and we will discuss in fast how to write a proposal. A proposal is not an email that you are writing to people. This email is called cover letter. The proposal is a document that states about you, your services, your terms of services, your terms of payment policy, your contact information, maybe your CV, if you want, states what do you do for like public events and stuff like that. So has your bio, explains your work process, and that's probably it. This document is called proposal presentation. I call it preliminary proposal presentation or basic proposal, because if you're an agency, or if you ever worked in an agency, you know that agencies are sending flashy PDFs to their clients with prices already. We are freelancers. We can't spend all days writing proposals with, in a flashy PDF. So have one proposal, do it for yourself, give general information, don't state any price, because then you can't increase it, right? I was stating price for branding. Now I just removed it. So coming back to the tips, You need to include testimonials if you have them. If you have reviews on any platform, just screenshot and put it there. This is your trust score. Describe your services, tell about yourself, and give maybe your CV, maybe don't give. It's up to you. The process is super important. Probably the process, deliverables, and payment are the most important from all these tips. So if you're doing, let's say, design for an app, you need to explain all the chain of the process that your client will be taken through. So they understand before you actually are saying the price to them, all this process from your proposal. You just saved yourself some time. If they have questions, they will all obviously ask you. You need to state a lot of things about your payment terms. And because we don't have a lot of time, I will just jump on them. But you can watch that free video on my YouTube channel and get to know it better. So you need to state that you will be asking for prepayment, and you never work without prepayment, and you don't even say why, Helen, because you just don't without prepayment. Because you don't know how much money I've lost. Actually, I've lost more than $4,000 on clients who did not make prepayments. So you say, yeah, I can do the job, and then you do the job, you send something, you've spent your time, and they have changed their mind. So now we're older. Now we have a lot of bloggers like me to tell you all these bad situations and protect you from that. So you never work without prepayment. It can be 50%, it can be 30%, it can be 20%, depending on the project size. But yeah, you never work without it. Just take it for granted and never even try to. And if client is saying that they're not doing that, you just say, okay, goodbye, because you don't want this client. Believe me, if clients don't want to make prepayment, they're just not your client. Right. Or you can always come to me and ask me for anything, like anything. If I can answer fast, I will answer for free. Like, I love speaking to people, you can see it from how I make this presentation. So come to me if you want an answer to any of these questions. Coming back to, have we covered all the stuff? Yeah. So these were the 4 points that big budget clients like. Of course, I would like to go deeper in the cover letters, proposals, but if I don't make you real examples, and we don't have so much money right now, or so much time right now, I will not be able to share all the knowledge with you right now. But you can join my course if you want to, or go to a private mentoring with me. People who were on private mentoring with me have given me some of the amazing reviews. And you can't read them right now, and I will not read them for you, but you will get this presentation, you can read it. But I'm gonna give you guys a discount that nobody will ever have. If you have joined this webinar with this secret code in my DMs on my Instagram, you will get 25% off my private mentoring, only for you. And that's it. Because I will going to increase the price of private mentoring to $95 next month, and then I don't think that I'm going to do this by the end of the year. Yes, the webinar will be saved on Designhill YouTube channel. So yeah, if you wanted to have private mentoring, I will be very happy to provide that. You need to know one thing, is probably the biggest and most important tip was at the very start, about your confidence. Sometimes you can even apply a sales technique that is called the vice versa sale, or selling without selling. This is when someone is approaching you and you are just declining them because you are busy with other people, but you are giving them free value content, how I say it. So you're giving them free tip on how to improve their business, but you say that, unfortunately, I don't have capacity right now to take you on board, but I want to help you, so here's the free content. If you want, we can work like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month from now on. when I will have some time to fit you in. And this technique allows you to raise the price, because if they want to wait for you after this technique, after you perform this technique, you can charge them like 20% more than you usually charge, because you know that they want you. They have just said that they want to wait 3 weeks. They don't want to find anyone else. They just want you. And this is going to be my super secret tip for you that I do with my clients. Right, let's go to the questions right now, because I have finished.
Yes, absolutely. We have enough questions in the questions tab, and we have 10 more minutes to go. So yes,
Let's go with the
that is the
first
last.
one. Sorry, it just cut off. Can you please repeat?
No, I'm saying let's start. From the first question. We already answered Miguel questions. Let's answer Shreya's questions now. It's second last. She's asking, recently I worked for a PR firm. They approved my final work and loved it. But when I asked for my fee, the guy dealing with me just ghosted me. Now I see no chance of getting my money. I think it happens with most of the freelancers, since there's no, legal contract in place. Most of the times, a lot of freelancers do that, but
Yeah.
a lot of times it's not in place. So how do we deal with that situation?
First of all, you needed to construct your price in the way that your prepayment covers 70% of your hours. And this is something that I'm going to talk about in my big course. It's about pricing and the mastering of the pricing. So when I price my work, I know that something will take me 30 hours. My rate is $55 per hour. I multiple that, and I don't charge that. I charge that plus my margin. But the prepayment, I construct in the way that even if they don't try to ghost me, or they will be, avoiding the answer, they have paid the prepayment, which was so big to cover most of my hours. And this is how you can save yourself from this. I know it's not the best method, but if you don't have a contract in place, and even if you have a contract in place, you can't save yourself from this, because international law is super hard and expensive, and you will not want to get into the court for the cases less than $10K probably. So make sure that if your video costed $300 or $500, let's say, to produce it, make sure they pay $300 as a prepayment, so you can sleep well. And of course, it would be nice to have a contract, but if you are not with them in the same country, unfortunately, it's super hard to get to the court. So just prepayment will save some of your nerves.
Great. So we also have, all right.
Yeah, I'm reading. So
Yeah.
there is a guy who wants to get selected for big companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft, or can we do freelancing just for all these type of companies? I would never want to suggest anyone to work for a corporation, because then you can work for a corporation for half a year just to put it on your Instagram description, your bio, and be super proud about it, because it's super trendy to work for Instagram. But I feel like big companies and their culture and their comfort zone that they're creating for you is making you not want to get out of it. And getting out of it is what makes you richer. Because I don't think that designer or in Apple, if it's not Johnny Ive or someone super senior who've been working there from the start for 25 years, is earning more than a designer who has 10,000 followers on YouTube, who has his own 5 courses and his students all around the world. I'm pretty sure this is not like that, but I haven't worked in Apple, Google, or any other big international company. I work in a great startup from Boston, and I've been working in IT companies in Ukraine. So I don't really know how to get approached by these companies, but I don't want to. That's the thing. Maybe if I wanted, I would be able to give you some advice. Um, how much exactly is it considered a high-paying job? This is awesome question, Jenny. So if you are in Ukraine, as me, and your tax rate is 5% as mine, then and cost of living is for $2,000 a month, you can afford yourself to rent a lovely apartment, most of the time use the taxi and not use public transport, and eat in the restaurants. Then probably a high paying job for you is somewhere between $2,000 contract to $5,000 contract, and you are living a super life. If you're living in US and your tax rate is 35, 45, depending on how much you earn percent, it means that you will need to deduct that from everything you're earning, which means that for you, and cost of living, by the way, is triple, and rent is triple, and everything is triple, the latter. So for you, high-paying job starts from 5K, 4K, and all the way to unlimited numbers. That it's all about how you approach the clients and how big your name is. So it really depends. For me, a high-paying job is $2,800, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. For me, this is considered like below average and high-paying job. The most high-paying contract, the most expensive contract I closed was for $8,000, and it was super good because in my country you can actually buy a car for this money. So yeah, it really depends on the country.
There's this very good question by Fatima. She wants to know how to get clients when you've never worked as a freelancer before. I mean, she's trying to get into the first time networking.
We've answered that already.
All right, Fatima, I hope yes. So Fatima, you can always refer to the recording, which you will get into your email after the session gets over, because we have covered it in bits and parts. Yes.
Yeah, you need to make portfolio. I was saying that like previously.
Yes.
There is a question about tips on great portfolio, and again, this is 13 minutes ago. I already said how to build a great case study, but also you can go to my YouTube channel. There is a video on that, and you can check it out. There was a question, can you give a sample of proposal? If you go to my YouTube channel, again, I show you my proposal. I show you my proposal, all pages, and explain why I wrote certain things, apart from pages that I don't want you to see. These pages are like my privates, my bio, or I don't remember what pages I haven't shown, but if I haven't shown them, I have talked to you about them, that you need to write these pages. That's an old video, and I don't really remember what pages I've hidden, maybe one or two. So if you go there and you look at this video, you will see the most of my proposal already. I'm going to make an example of a proposal document when I will be launching my big course, but it's not live yet, unfortunately. Right. Are there any good web pages you recommend for freelancers? Depending on what you're going to do there. I mean, web pages for what? I did not understand this question. How can you build trust if you're just starting out and don't have testimonials? Again, I've answered this a little bit earlier, that you need to get your first clients. And sometimes, by the way, to get my first testimonials, I actually gave them very little price, or I worked for free. I don't think that I want to be posh and say that I never did it. I did it. I have a post about my confession, and to get where I am right now, if you don't have the testimonials, if I don't have testimonials, how would I convince others to pay me? That's why I have said to a lot of people, well, not a lot, maybe 5, not more, that I will do this for way cheaper than they expect, maybe $100 or $200, because I need and testimonial, a feedback, a review, a case study that will drag me higher. And yeah, it really works. But unfortunately, there would be no magic pill here. Sometimes you get your first client and he's already paying you 2K, and sometimes you don't get your first client who's paying you even $100. And this is my situation. My first client, freelance client, didn't pay me anything. It was my friend. I did a logo for him, but you will not find it in my portfolio because it was in 2012. So yeah, it's all about how you approach it. But I don't feel that making one or two things for free for your own development is bad. So yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we don't, right?
Yes, we have already exceeded, and I also feel that the questions we are getting somewhere, Helen has already covered that during the session already. So I would suggest everyone to please refer to the recording that you will get into your email IDs right after the session ends, and you will have all your answers. Unfortunately, we have limited time here, and this also brings us to the end of this wonderful session with Helen. It's already, we already have exceeded the time limit. So guys, thank you so much. This was indeed a value packed session. There is a lot more that we could have discussed. Unfortunately, like I said, we are limited by time here. I hope you guys loved the session. Once again, I'd like to thank Helen for taking out time and to be a part of this event. Some really honest and real good insights. And she is actually leading by example. She did not shy away from sharing her own life examples to to our attendees, with our attendees. And she also actually kind of helped me throughout the session by picking questions and answering themselves. So thank you so much. The audiences loved you a lot.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I want 1 second. Jenny,
Yes.
please DM me on Instagram. I want to talk to you about the rates that don't depend on location. I fully agree with you, and I just can't take any more of the time here, but I'm ready to talk about this privately. So thank you, guys, for this wonderful session. Thank you for your attention. You will get this presentation. You can go through it once again or save it. There is all the links to my channel, Instagram, etc. Don't be shy to DM me. And I will be super grateful if you will share the insights from this webinar on your Instagram and tag me and Designhill, so I know that it was really valuable, and if I need to do it again with the Designhill, because I need some, metric of success. You
Yes.
show me that you like by screenshotting me and making your insights on Instagram story and tagging UI Helen. Thank you.
Yes, we will do that. Thank you so much. All right, guys, this is not very tense. We have a lot more events lined up for you in the coming days. The next event is a panel discussion again for the designers on the topic top secrets to create a unique brand identity. So if you are guys are interested, haven't registered yet, I'm putting the link of our event section in the chat. Please go through it. To stay updated with events like these, you can follow us on our LinkedIn page. Do also suggest us on the topics you would like us to cover and the speakers you want us to host. The team will be putting up the LinkedIn link as well. Also, for recently we have launched a DIY creative tool called Designhill Studio. Be it a designer or a non-designer, you all can create beautiful designs such as business collaterals, presentations, social media posts. To check it out, I'm putting the link again of this particular Designhill Studio tool in our chat section. On that note, I would like to say bye to everyone who joined us here today. Hope you guys made the most of it. Take care of yourself and stay safe. Thank you so much, Helen, once again. Please take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, Helen. Bye, Helen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.